like having a DJ assistant right by your side. It recognizes the song that you load into the track, and it gives you a ton of really great ideas that mix well with it. For an example, I'll use Losing It by Fisher. I'm going to load it into the deck, and then within 2 seconds, the AI is going to give me a ton of ideas that mix super well with Losing It. This app will make you faster, sharper, and full of fresh ideas so you never get stuck. You'll always keep the energy and groove going. Highly, highly recommend.
You were talking about what you're seeing in DJing, and I've got some issues with everything that I'm seeing with the sync button, and like it's almost like DJing now is not the same. Like DJing is, it's not. I get that you might want to do this thing, but if you're not putting in the time behind the scenes to honor the craft, we're watching blend battles, and I'm like, yo, you're not touching the crossfader? I'm watching your set, and you're not touching the crossfader? That's a problem for me, man. Our own culture is not supporting the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're fighting against ourselves, and we got some people, some high-profile folks, and I'm not going to name names. We got some people that, they're getting deals and sponsorships, so yeah, they're not going to say shit against the sync button because, once you start taking money from them folks, now you become their spokesperson or you endorsing what they're doing, and whether or not it's good for the culture or bad for the culture, you don't want to speak out against it because
you're going to rock your bottom line.
And it's, not necessarily always the best thing for our culture, what some of these folks are doing, man. So what are your thoughts on that?
It's crazy right now what's going on with the art form, and social media has a lot to do with it. And I'll always stay loyal to the tenets of what DJing is, and I'm never going to sacrifice the art form for brand sponsorship or money. It's just not how I roll.
Man, and we appreciate you for that, man. I'm sorry, Tiger. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was going to say when it's bringing up the app.
Let me tell you something. And that's a sign of the times, right? Because, these people don't even know how to interact with each other in the club environment,
right?
In a party.
Partying.
Right now in 2025, the world experiences life through this box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that reality is trickling over to art. And with regards to DJing, you have DJs now that buy controllers and they're hitting cue pads, engaging the sync button to perform tasks that in our day took your natural senses, your hands, your eyes, your sense of hearing, right? And taking pride in cultivating this ability to connect with music in a deep way beyond the surface. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't feel like today, because of technology and our phones and AI and all that stuff, as far as DJing is concerned, there are no real creative values that people have. Like if you ask the average DJ today, what are your creative values? They're going to look at you like, creative values? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, yo, all I know is I make people dance. And my thing is, that's cool, right? You may not need to learn how to mix and train for months on how to drop on time and learn about music. You could go online now, do a search for the top 20 viral songs on TikTok, download them to your computer, and then that night you're DJing at a residency and people are dancing on the dance floor. That's fine, right? But my thing is, do you have any tenets that guide you, that guide your creativity? For me, authenticity, tenacity, appreciation, guardianship, resourcefulness, those 5 tenets guide what I do. And I wish that DJs today, that's, the new ones, the modern ones that bought a controller like a year ago or bought a controller during the pandemic, it would be nice for them to develop their own creative tenets, their creative values that guide what they do. And if more of us did that, bro, the DJ landscape would be completely different. It would look more like it did in the 90s and the 80s when all these techniques were being birthed.